Welcome to Sage Circle. I'm Amythyst. Welcome any new subscribers and welcome all my subscribers in general. Thank you for coming in today. I'll be doing channeled messages from Spirit or Totem Animal Buffalo and channeled messages from Spirit or Totem Animal Crow. There'll be the two piles to pick from. So I have got messages as always before I get into my channeled reads. I do not use WhatsApp and I will not contact anybody suggesting that they need to contact me for a reading. If you notice anybody's copying me or mimicking me in that regard, please report to YouTube and also to myself in the description box. The information will be below. And I want to shout out to my tribe, my soul family, Vicky D'Souza at Angel Heart Readings. I recommend you go and have a look at Vicky's channel. She is really good with tarot and readings in general, and she is a really good link and source tapped into spirit. So that's a shout out to you, Vicky. Also, Chris Firestone at SilverWolfTarot 1111. I recommend Chris for tarot because Chris has never failed with the information I have had received this year in particular from Chris. So shout out to Chris. He's really good at what he does with tarot. He doesn't sugarcoat nothing. So I recommend that you go and have a look. Chris and I have recently gotten engaged and I don't know when I'm going to stop saying that. I've said it the last few videos, but I'm excited. It's only been a few weeks. The dust hasn't settled, It's still that sort of honeymoon phase of the engagement scenario, I suppose. So yeah, so thank you to everybody that has booked a reading with me or given a donation or a tip. Also shout out to everybody on Facebook who's on my Sage Circle group. Thank you very much. And the other groups that I do lives and stuff in. Thank you everybody for coming in and giving me some love and support. Shout out to the crew. Okay, so I'm going to give some information that I've written down about buffalo, and then when I do the crow channeled messages for the second pile, I'll give that information as well. But I will leave both sets of cards there now until I finished doing the buffalo information before I channel. Okay. So basically, in many traditions, buffalo or white buffalo is the most sacred. And buffalo is a sign or a signal of your prayers to the heavens that they have been heard and likely to be fulfilled. Buffalo is a sign of abundance and plenty or prosperity. And it's also an element of male and female balance with buffalo, about the cycle of life and coming together as one. And that involves the peace pipe and the situation, how it works, etc., etc. Okay. So basically, it's about the sustenance all around in all areas of your life, and nothing is wasted. I mean, buffalo in general, they live off the land, they travel to different spaces, they never waste anything that they use associated with buffalo either. So if, like buffalo meat was used, the whole animal was used, the hooves were used, their hide was used for things, you know what I mean? Like it was a really important part of Indian American culture to actually come from that space of sustainability, and that's also what buffalo represents. The medicine of buffalo, or buffalo prayer, is about gratitude and thankfulness for that which has been received and that which you know is going to be received. And the expression of abundance and the whys and the hows are just as important as the prayer to everything, all living things, creation and the richness of life. And buffalo is all about sharing one's luck with the herb. It's central to everything that we have. We've got to make sure that everybody in our lives, our friends, circle, our families, etc., also has experienced that level of abundance. It's about bringing that harmony into balance. And I did mention the male female energy. So if you're non-gender or you're trans or you've got whatever going on, that doesn't mean that you don't have to have balance in your masculine and feminine energy, because every single soul on the planet has it. Okay, so that covers every single soul on the planet. And basically, you might need to be of assistance to somebody else in your life at this time. You might be needed to help another act on their behalf to have their prayers answered. So somebody might come to you for help somehow in the next couple of weeks, or have just recently had. And this is a really good message from buffaloes. Buffaloes saying they're asking you to help that person to the best of your capacity. Like if you can't help them the way that they need it, but you can get some phone numbers for somebody or do something like that, that's really important at this time. So yeah, this is all about abundance. And I've written on the back, so there's prayer and abundance, blessed be. It's about having your faith in life. It's about having your faith in your team and your crew and your creation and the people around you as well, not just yourself. And if you're watching this reading specifically to do with just your own self and how you're feeling in yourself at the moment, to do with your own life and what's going on, there is a clear message that your prayers are being heard, your prayers are being answered, but you need to give back somehow. And if that means by giving back to yourself, by pulling back from social engagements and things like that, just to recuperate and recharge, Buffalo's saying it's the way to go. I'm sorry, I'm just having a sip of drink. Give me a sec. Chamomile. Okay, so I'm going to remove Crow out the way so we can get Crow up for the second pile. And these cards here also come in the deck, and they're hides. They're usually blank hides. And they're to do whatever you want with. I've written on mine and I've left one blank. So I will shuffle those and pull out 2 of those at the very end of these channeled reads. So, whew, energy's popping. Buffalo's already here in the room, and Buffalo is white today. Buffalo is behind me, and I always say he because Buffalo to me is a male and he is huge. He fills up my room that I'm sitting in, okay? It's quite interesting. Buffalo did flick out of the deck today because Buffalo is one of my main totem animals and will be for life. And also so is whale for me. I've been with whale multiple lives, and also turtle flicked out today. Not whale, but turtle flicked out today, as turtle is my ancestral totem animal and has been with my bloodlines, all of them, right back through the ages. So, oops, sorry. All right, let's see what we got here. Without further ado, let's get some channeling going. Woo! Please, Spirit. What messages do we have for the collective who have picked Buffalo pile? Number 19 is up on the card. That could be significant for you. You could break it down, break it up, I should say, roll it upwards, which would be a 1, which is about endings and new beginnings, etc. So, etc. We've got change tracks, and I did say about Buffalo moving around the country and doing different things and always using, you know, their resources wisely. So Spirit's saying that you mightn't be using your resources properly. Cards have just flicked all over the floor. I'm just picking them up. Okay, so just give me a minute. Let me channel. The next card is laugh at your demons and trust the divine plan. Okay, I'm getting told I can get one more. Ooh, Buffalo is right close behind me. His head's leaning over my shoulder. Hang on a minute. Yeah, right. So we've got reevaluate your priorities. Right, so that ties in with change track. So just let me channel here. Yeah, Buffalo is saying that even though we love our family and that we love our friends or the people that we have in our life, it's okay to go against the grain sometimes. It's okay to walk a little slower on your journey, or it's okay to be up ahead in front of the others, as long as we all stick together on our own path, whether individually or together. And Spirit's saying that whatever path you've been walking down right now, if it's not resonating with you or feeling like you're getting your needs met, it's time to change tracks. The next card obviously says laugh at your demons. And Buffalo is saying that you need to be a bit more lighthearted on yourself if you're being a bit heavy on your own way of life at the moment. Like if you're too hard on yourself, if you're very, very strict with your spending, that's going to block your flow of abundance as well. You know, Spirit's saying that your prayers have been heard, but you do need to lighten your load somehow, or lighten up somehow. Have a laugh with your friends, go and watch a comedy show or watch a movie and have a bit of a giggle with somebody in your love life or what have you. It's about laughing at those things in your life that actually bring you down, because you need to change tracks at the moment. That says trust in the divine plan, and that Buffalo is saying is in association with people that have thrown out prayers silently to Spirit or to their guides or whoever. And Buffalo is here to say that they have been all collected. He has collected everybody's prayers, and you need to trust the divine plan because your prayers are going to be answered. I'm also getting told your prayers for two, he's saying two, for 2 specific people here, the way that you want your prayers to be answered are going to be different than what you actually need. And I'm getting told that it'll come in a different way, but it'll be pleasant. Regardless, it won't be a shock to the system what that plan will fall into place for you. And it says reevaluate your priorities, and that comes down to change tracks. So again, I don't really think that you're walking your truth at the moment. Might be other people. You might be tiptoeing around somebody else at the moment, and somebody might be giving you a hard time at the moment, and Spirit's saying that you really just need to reevaluate how that fits in your life and if it stands you know, if it stands in your future, you know, if it's there down the distance, are you willing to sort of keep going through things at the expense of others? Again, it's okay to walk your path differently than others. It just doesn't mean that you have to disregard everybody else around you, or that you might be feeling like the one who's disregarded. We've also got go for your dreams. Yeah, and again, this is about changing tracks. Maybe you've been studying something and you don't want to be studying that anymore. Maybe you want to expand your business or apply for different work, for example, or enroll for some sort of study. Spirit's saying change your tracks. You can absolutely do that. You can go for your dreams. We've also got face your advisories. And I just said then maybe somebody's actually putting pressure on you, or you feel like you've been disregarded or not heard somehow. Again, you need to reevaluate your priorities, because if things aren't working for you in the way that you need them, you need to make sure that you put your energy first. You need to keep that level of balance, keep yourself grounded at the same time by propelling forward, okay? And the other card is have faith. So Spirit wants you to know, Buffalo wants you to know that you are highly protected at the moment. Your needs are getting met, and anything that comes into your way as a block, you still need to send it off with prayer and thank you for the lesson, and learn what that lesson is and seek out that lesson and sort of pull it apart and dissect it if you have to. Buffalo is saying that there's new people coming into your life. Every single person that has got this pile has picked Buffalo. There is a new group of people coming into your life, whether you're going to be joining a singing class, whether you're going to do bingo, whether you're about to start in a new job, whether you're moving to a new community, whether a few new friends are coming into your cycle or what have you. It's really important to actually have faith in that, okay? We've got new friends coming in all around us. I can see that as well. So just for those that are feeling lonely, you won't be for so much longer. Awakening, this is the Fool card really. A temporary pause for reflection and insight. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your uniqueness, charitable actions. Right, change tracks, trust the divine plan. And I did say, and go for your dreams, okay? And I did say you might need to give back somehow at the beginning of this reading and do some things for others. So that will help bring in your level of prayer that you've been asking for your needs to be met, okay? And it says embrace your own uniqueness. Change your tracks. Again, just because you want to walk faster or slower or go a shortcut or the long route on your journey, it doesn't mean that it's not the same as others. It just means that it's your path to walk, not theirs. And sometimes people can meet us at the end of the line or meet us halfway, literally, but at the same time, you can't bring people with you sometimes. And that's what Spirit's trying to say. What have we got here? Renewal. Reviewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Time to head in a new direction. Clarity on your life purpose in your heart. You know what to do. There you go. Laugh at your demons. Again, renewal. Okay, reviewing the past. It says it there. Time to head in a new direction. Change tracks. Reevaluate your priorities. We've got balance, and I'm not surprised because Buffalo is about that male and feminine balance. Blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary, successful. Compromise the power of diversity, self-control, patience, and balance. Wow, that's really lovely. Give me one more, please. Ooh. And we've got the moon. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Unnecessary worry, let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear. Yes, a couple of these other cards have said it's about that level of clarity, okay? Trust the divine plan. This is Spirit saying to you, things will fall into place the way you need them to. There's a lot of blue going on here. There's blue through here, blue through here, blue through here, blue through here. You probably need to do a bit of work on your throat chakra. Actually, interestingly enough, there's blue and green, blue and green, blue and green, blue and green. So this is a clear message that you need to work on your heart chakra and your throat chakra. You need to call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael at this time to help you. I'm getting told that if there's any relationships, friendships, work ones or other that aren't serving your highest good, you need to change tracks. You need to walk away from those situations and go down a different path. If you can't leave the job that you work at, nobody's suggesting that. I mean, I wouldn't ever tell people leave your job, but it might be time to look at other options as well, okay? And we've got the sun. So a time of great joy and success, brilliant epiphanies that lead to magical opportunities, plans that work out perfectly, gratitude to the divine. Now, the main level of prayer associated with Buffalo is about gratitude, thankfulness, being grateful for all that we have already and the creation of everything that's gone on around us, as well as what's to come. So that's just a clear message, okay? Keep your prayers up, keep your affirmations up, say thanks to Buffalo. Call Buffalo in if you can. Do some work with Buffalo. What else have we got here? Next set of cards. Drawing down the moon. Divine Feminine Source Channel Stillness. That's twice the moon cards come out, okay? We've got gnomes, humanity, friendship, hard work, little visions. Can I have one more, please? We've got salamander, Ouroboros, creative work, infinite wisdom, and alchemy. Right, so basically, and the moon card's behind there, what Spirit's saying is that I did say friendships are coming in. Maybe Spirit's working with you. Maybe your spirit guides are helping you, or you've got friends in your life that are going to help you because you haven't asked yet and you're going to be surprised. You do have hard work involved with what you've got going on in your life from friendships and humanity. Again, it's all about your herd, your tribe, your community, about everybody having levels of abundance hit and met, so everybody can flow together properly as a community and a herd, all right? We've got drawing down the moon, divine feminine source channel stillness. So maybe you need to actually balance out your masculine energy at the moment, which is your mindset, where you're thinking about things all the time, and come into that divine feminine element where it's about the emotional aspect, okay? And then we have a salamander. So there's infinite wisdom, there's alchemy going on here. So whatever you've been praying and wishing for is actually coming into place, says Spirit. Buffalo is saying that humans are weird. He said, there's too much distraction in the world nowadays, says Buffalo. He's saying that it used to be simple and still. People used to have a stillness when they lived their life. People would stop and lay in the grass. People would stop and take in the sun. People would stop and feel the breeze when that was like rustling through their bloody wherever they live or what have you. Like Buffalo's saying people have really lost touch, and there are a lot of people in the world now, collectively and individually, that are really trying to pull that magical level of source in, and that's where that alchemy comes in. So your manifestations and stuff will be working, and it says mugwort dreams, rhythm, higher self, reality, rest. Yeah, have a rest if you need it, but you know what the truth is to your situation, okay? So you really need to focus on that. Can I have another card? Just one more of this deck, please. Thank you. We've got Belladonna Visions. Caution, guidance, clarity, stand firm. Yeah, beautiful. So this is a clear message that whatever you've got going on in your life, change tracks, go a different direction. If you want to apply for a promotion, do it. If you don't want to be friends with certain friendships anymore because it's always about getting drunk and hanging out on the weekends, but you're at that point where you're like, nah, you know, can't seem to catch up with such and such without them having a drink in their hand every time. And it's probably been like that for 3 or 4 years, you know. So it's really about bringing that balance into your own level of guidance, your own level of clarity. You know what to do, right? Can I just have one more, actually? Thanks, Spirit. Yeah, Buffalo is saying that people are, as a whole, humanity are good. There's a lot of love in the higher realms to do with people's higher consciousness, but he really is asking people to ground and earth as much as we can at this time. Buffalo is also saying that there's going to be a massive wave of energy pour through the human, what's the word? DNA codes. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. There's going to be waves of energy being poured through DNA links and DNA codes and light codes, things like that. There's also such thing as dark codes as well. So there's going to be energy poured through all of that at this time, which is really going to ruffle people up and help them ascend up to the next vibration where they need to be. Witches' wounds, remedy, magical medicine, sacred heart, and another day. Yeah, if you feel hurt or if you've been hurt, do something about it. You've got that level of alchemy there in your life, so you need to work on that, okay? You need to pull in the love and grace that you need at this time, all right? Can I have a couple of these, please, Spirit? Yeah, it's if you know people in your life that need help and they're not going to ask for help because you can see that they need help somehow in their life, but you know that they're too prideful and don't know how to ask, it's your space now. This is your clear indication that you need to offer a hand somehow. We've got letting go. Yeah, change tracks, reevaluate, focus, please. Reevaluate your priorities, okay? There's the sun up in the sky there as well. Reevaluate what does and doesn't work for you at this time. And if that's helping somebody and you feel in the long run you might get fucked over or you might get burnt, get out of that situation quicker than what you need to stay in there. But at the same time, you also need to actually now extend your hand and help those in need. And we've got teaching. And this is about you either teaching somebody about their levels of abundance and unlocking those doors for themselves, or learning from the lessons that you're getting taught right now, because your prayers are being answered. And look at that masculine energy. So the other card before was the moon, was about the feminine energy, okay? And now this one is about, I don't know where it is. Now this energy is about femininity and masculinity, and it's both come up. So really make sure that what you've got going on in your life right now, there is that masculine, feminine balance. We've got anger. Yeah, somebody might be really angry. We've got stripping illusions. Yes, prioritize what you've got going on, and ancient wisdom. And this is a message from Buffalo that they have your back. The spirit realm have your back. And if you feel like your needs aren't getting met, you can actually ask Buffalo to give you a sign on how to step forward with this. Buffalo is asking for everybody that is able to do it to do a guided meditation with a Buffalo. It doesn't have to be an exceptionally long one. I don't recommend doing an hour or 2 hour one, but usually a good 35 minutes, 25 to 35 minutes is a good channeled one. So Spirit is asking for people to actually please get in contact with him, because he will give you individually specific messages that I'm not able to give. We've got family support come up. And again, this is about tribe and clan. This mightn't be about families and blood relatives to you, but they're still your family. Financial matters, so that speaks for itself. Your prayers are going to be answered, or you're going to help somebody else. New inspiration. And we've got destructive behaviors, and the anger card come up. So maybe somebody around you has been losing their shit because I've got a heavy burden of whatever that could be. And we've got materialization. So what we think we create. So Spirit's saying, please be giving gratitude. Please be giving thanks. Bring in that energy from Buffalo in association with like using everything, like nothing goes to waste, okay? With that materialism element there. Nothing goes to waste, whether it's thoughts or other, okay? Really make sure everybody's needs are met at this time. Your prayers are being heard. And the last one of this deck says, significant love relationship. Wow. Now, this could be the love of yourself, okay? This could be the love of your support that you give to yourself. This could be knowing that you're now stepping into your masculine or your feminine power, or that you know it's equaled out. This could be about you actually stepping into a love relationship, even if you've just recently come out of a romantic relationship. That was still rather a significant love relationship with you, because the teaching card come up, which actually happens to be sitting on the top. So there's always lessons going on here. You might be tying up loose ends with an ex's family members somehow that you still have a connection with. Now, can I have 2 of these, Spirit? Final messages for Buffalo. We've got ancestors. Whoa, your ancestors are in the house. You might need to call on them and work with them at the moment. One more. And we've got crystals and gems. So pull out your crystals, give them a cleanse. If you're not into crystals, maybe just go and find some nice sort of rocks in the garden or something like that. If you've got nice gemstones, semi-precious jewelry and things, bring that out and start wearing it to help get that feminine balance or that masculine balance or whatever it is you need in your life. But you have to have balance right now, and you need to be thankful and give prayer to all the good things that have come into your life and the ones that are about to come as well. So awesome. Let's go over to Crow. Hi, Crow. Now, I've written on the back here, law. All right. So what we've got here, I've written down from Crow. Crow's come up. I've done a reading like this with Crow once before, probably over 6 months ago. So Crow is the air element, and is a spiritual, watchful messenger, and is about creativeness and magic, different types of magic, okay? And it's about supernatural and psychic, past, present, and future. Crow is about remaining balanced in all areas of life, including food, people, personal growth. And that's interesting because you might need to watch Buffalo as well. And if you're in balance, you would be clear and have a strong direction. If you're out of balance, you might not be grounded, and you could be highly sensitive to everything around you. And to get balance, you need to meditate as often as you can. Just have that little, even if you just do 2 lots of 5-minute meditation every day, you know. And Crow represents transformation and change and divination and prophecy. Crows could be tricksters, like Morrigan, Queen of the Witches. Crow is a representation of her as well. And crows can also shape shift. So somebody around you or yourself at the moment might have had to take on a different persona for something. This the messages from Crow is like you need to learn how to adapt and mold and shift and shape one's aura. And you need to listen to your voice or listen to who's saying what or what's not being said, because crows are quite vocal with their voices, okay? So let's see what we've got here from Crow today, please, Spirit. Please come in, Crow. Whoa. Far out. Crow's in the room and Crow is huge. We've got engage higher reason. Crow is in that room. Far out. Crow's foot would be as big as mine. Far out. Crow's head is probably as big as mine, if not bigger. We've got face your shadow. Right. There's your messages from spirit, from the spirit realm, from the shadow elements. Can I have one more for a start? Thank you. We've got wake up call. Whoa. And I'll have another one to put up the top. And accept what is dying. Woo. Okay, let me listen here. All right, so with Crow, I'm just listening to Crow. Oh, chills all over my body. Far out. What Crow's saying is that it's really important to tap into your supernatural or your psychic abilities, or enlist somebody that is psychic or can see into the future. Again, remember, Crow does represent past, present, and future when it comes to those things. And you really need to actually figure out the best way to take the next steps if you feel like you've got a blockage or something going on in your life. Chloe is here. Chloe? Who's Chloe? Who's Chloe? Who's Chloe, right? There you go. I don't take things like that as an accident. Definitely not a mistake for whatever reason. So, Crow is asking you to be mindful and watchful of what's going on around you at the moment and be creative in your responses to things, okay? Now, face your shadows come up. Now, if you actually look at the Crow, there's a reflection of Crow shadow, right? Interesting. So what Crow is asking you to do is work on a few things that you feel triggered by, whether it's the smell of somebody's perfume, whether it's somebody's tone of voice when they speak, even though they might seem patronizing. Instinctively, you know that they're not being patronizing, but you feel very triggered. Whatever it is, dip into your shadow and have a conversation and work through that. Engage higher reason. Go and have a reading, do a meditation, tap into your higher self, do whatever it is that you need to do. Connect, call in your angels, call in Crow, and find out what it is that you need to be working on with shadow at this time, so you can have a release and go up a bit higher and transform on your, you know, ascension in your life, not just as in like a spiritual ascension, but we constantly ascend all the time anyway when we come into that right thought processes. And a wake-up call. So this is a message from Crow in particular. Let me listen. Yeah, Crow is saying that people really need to stop beating them up about things that were out of their control, or about responding to things in their life in a way that they could have handled a bit better. If it was a really, really tumultuous or shit situation, yeah, you probably need to actually contact whoever was involved and sort that out your end. But at the same time, Crow is saying you need to have that wake-up call. This is that message for you right now, that don't be tricked or fooled by things that are going on around you because you're sort of swimming around in shadow, or somebody's triggered you and you don't know what to think or what to believe. You need to learn how to adapt and mold and shape and shift your own aura, okay? So what you need to do, this is a wake-up call. This is a message from Crow going, the energy that you've been working with, or the energy of somebody else around you that you might have been sending love and light and blessings and all this sort of bullshit to, distant or other, at this time is not actually working. And this is a wake-up call to say you need to accept what is dying, whether that's a friendship, a relationship, a habit with food, you know, a sleeping pattern, whatever you've got going on in your life. You really need to face your shadow. No, this is a wake-up call. Accept what's dying, and you need to engage in higher reason. Get some outside information to help you get some clarity from that if you need to. Raise your vibration. Now, if anybody, any of you people that are watching this, girls, guys, or whatever, you know, one of my favoriteest things to say is raise your vibration. I don't fuck around. If I'm asking somebody to raise their vibration, it's because I mean it and because they need it. And this is Crow saying, raise your vibration, which is interesting because Crow lives up in trees, but Crow also loves being down on the ground doing different things as well. So you need to raise your vibration. Now, you need to use your voice at this time, or listen to other people's voices. And I did say before, somebody might be speaking in a patronizing manner or something. And you need to listen to who's saying what, because sometimes people that say things don't really know what's going on. And those that don't want to talk about what's going on, really know the answer. Does that make sense? Express your joy. Yo, this is great. Get through your shadow. Get through whatever little shallow adamant's coming up for you or whoever you're inquiring about. Now, you might be sitting there going, I have no shadow. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm worked on my shadow. Well, that speaks for itself. You need to work on your shadow. And we've got say no. So, yeah, don't let somebody push you around. Come from that trickster element. Call in Morrigan, Queen of the Witches, if you have to, because this is about transformation and change, prophecy, divination. You know, again, if your crow energy is in balance, you'd be very clear and concise, and you'd be strong with your approach and your voice and how to verbalize things. But if it's out of balance, you won't be grounded and you'll be highly sensitive to what's going on around you, okay? And to get balance, you need to meditate for answers. So say no if something doesn't feel right, okay? And it says embrace your power. Can I have 2 more? Thank you. Be decisive and love yourself. Yeah, okay, cool. So that in itself also means working through one's shadow. If you've got stuff going on around you that is triggering you, and I do believe people in this pile are being triggered somehow, you need to call in Crow and have some time with Crow. I recommend you do a meditation, a channeled, that is way too many cards. Sorry, Crow. I know you love to collect pretty colourful things, but I cannot use half a deck, all right? Yeah, I'm getting told that you need to do a meditation with Crow as well, do a channeled meditation. So we've got here Ocean's Muse, Water, Wisdom, Intuition, and Hermit's Light, okay, Discovery. So maybe you've been in hermit mode, or maybe you need to be in hermit mode. I wouldn't know. What else is going on here? I need to see more. Astral Travels, Possible, Impossibility, Freedom, Traveler, Inner Dreams. Well, yeah, right. Give me one more. Can I just have one more of these, please, Crow? Thank you. Look on the back of this card. It could be ravens or crows, either or, right? And we've got Baraka, Power, Strength, Force, and Expansion. Again, if you're in your balance with your crow energy, your yin-yang element, or what have you, you'll have that strength. I'm getting told to get one more of those, so I will. Can I have one more, please, before I can give these channel messages out? Okay. Telekinesis. Wow. Influence, willpower, control, obstacles. Now, I'm not surprised that's come up, actually. I'm not surprised that astral travels come up, because Crow is a representation of remaining in balance in all areas of your life, to do with the supernatural, the psychic, the past, the present, the future. Again, Crow represents the spiritual element, air, which is a headspace, and they are watchful messengers, and they're creative, and there's a magical element going on there. So I'm not surprised telekinesis has come up. So for this particular reading, what Crow is saying is that if you've been in hermit mode, you need to come out now. You need to pull on your power that you have within you. You need to come out of that emotional, watery space that you have in yourself, but still use your intuition. Shine your light, okay? Raise your vibration. Love yourself more at this time. And if those around you aren't coping with you loving yourself, well, kick those fuckers to the curb. Even if you just shut them out emotionally for a couple of days. You know, astral travel. So maybe you do astral travel, or maybe this is a message for you that you've been thinking about doing some astral travel. You might even look like this girl on the card, okay? Spirit's saying now is a good time. It's a good time to have that creativeness. It's about time to pull forth that transformation and change. And remember, there's a level of prophecy that goes on here, okay? And come from that inner strength that you have. Control what's going on around you. And if that's the only way you can control things, by shutting people out, not being rude by shutting them out, but if you can actually work on your shadow by pulling back from people and being in hermit mode at this time, well, you may need to do that. But Spirit's saying you don't have to necessarily be in hermit mode. You may have just recently come out. Can I have a couple of these ones? Yeah, this is, so tap into the, you know, the supernatural, the psychic side of the world. You know, go and get a reading if you can, or watch a couple of YouTube readings like we're doing now, obviously, or, you know, go and do something. You'll know what it is. Release. We've got endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release solutions or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation. Oh, man, I just said something to that degree, didn't I, about cutting people off and things like that if it's not working out for you. You've got some self-love coming in. We've got the Dreamer, a new, like the Fool card, really, a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside, and take a leap of faith. This is Spirit saying, yeah, get through your shadow. And there's an angel over here in the background, and that angel is focus. Focus. There's an angel in the background here, and Spirit is saying that, you know, you're being watched, and this angel's in green. You could be working with Archangel Raphael at this time. Archangel Raphael come up in Buffalo as well. So you've got a lot of support in the spirit realm. Look, okay, we're talking about supernatural, we're talking about shape-shifting, we're talking about telekinesis and stuff here. This is all about the higher realms and the magical element of life. We've got the High Priestess. Meditate and turn inwards to discover your soul's true desire. This is not the time for action. Develop your intuitive gifts and trust the wisdom you receive. Wow. Now, you know, in order to be able to have proper balance with your crow energy, you do need to meditate often. I've written down here. And this says on here, you need to meditate and turn inwards. I did mention the hermit mode. This is coming up in this card. So this could just be a clear indication that you just need to have a day or two of just working through yourself and getting on with what's important for you at this time. But you do have to eliminate a level of shadow at this time. And we've got the world, a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment, a spiritual enlightenment, freedom to do whatever you want, be proud of yourself. There is that love yourself more. There is that love yourself better situation, okay? Wow. Can I have some of these cards here? Crow is playful today. Crow is sort of hopping around behind me on one leg. Jut, 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 you know, doot, 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 doot. Crow is huge, mind you. As I said earlier, crow's head is big as mine. Imagine looking at these wings here. Beautiful. So we've got sacred space. Yes, so maybe you have come out of hermit mode, but it's not quite over yet. Maybe now that it's come up that you have to really shift that last little bit of shadow with whatever it is you've just gone through to do with other people. Now you need to tap into that sacred space, okay? And that could even just be your inner self. All right, we've got reunion of souls, and again it looks like there's crows or ravens on this card, okay? So spirit is really guiding you. It's coming up. Maybe a reunion of souls. Maybe you haven't met the person that you're supposed to be having a long-term relationship with yet, and that's about to come up. Or maybe you have just met, or you're about to meet a soulmate in your life that you have a really fantastic journey coming up with, but you can't tap into that until you've shifted that last bit of shadow to do with whatever you're going on with, the pain and healing from a past situation. Now, a soulmate doesn't have to be romantic, okay? So if all of those that are happy and married don't think that that's going to rock the boat, because it won't. And it says growth. Yeah, so this is what it's about here. Transformation and change of self. Fix up that little bit of shadow that you've got going on there, and you'll have that growth that you're seeking, okay? Can I have 3 more? We've got creativity, 3 of Cups, basically. Yeah, and that doesn't mean there's 3 people involved. It just means, look, there's a water element there as well. And there was the card that come up with the octopus, the jellyfish in it, okay? And it's all about the water. It's even written on there, water's wisdom, intuition, hermits, light, discovery. And we've got creativity here. So maybe that's what you need to do. Finish off that bit of shadow work right now. Shine your light, raise your vibration, and treat yourself with the love and respect that you deserve. Oops. Okay, Crow. That's way too many. 3 more. And then I'll go to the next sort of cards. We've got transformation. There you go. All right. This is what we're talking about here. I've written in my book there that Crow was about transformation. We've got forgiveness. So that could be a shadow element there. There's the yin and yang, the night and the day, or what have you, going on right there. And we've got, or the shadow element, as with this card, light, night and day, right? Night and day. And then we have movement into balance, and that was one of the first things that come up with this card. And there is your night and day up there. You're in balance. So this is what's going to happen. This is a clear indication that you'll get that balance, but you just need to pull through with your shadow healing at this time. Can I have some of these cards, please? We've got achievement and success. So everything you're doing is be worth it. Spiritual and enlightenment. That's the second time spiritual enlightenment come up today. Craftsmanship. Yes, tap into your resources, your creativity. Astral travel if you can. You know, do that. Try some telekinesis if that's your thing. But either way, seek a psychic or get a reading or watch a couple of readings or do some sort of an enlightening light code activation or what have you. Like whatever it is that you'll know. Lost love. Okay, so if that's what you're healing from, Spirit's saying that it's really important to finally now let that last piece go. The forgiveness card did come up. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves. It's not so much about forgiving those around us. So don't beat yourself up if you you know, if you responded or behaved in a way in your life that wasn't really the way it should have been. And I think I said that before too. And we've got sudden progress and change. Yeah, because once you tap into that little bit of shadow that's left over, you're going to move mountains, right? And we've got major ending, new beginning. Wow, that's just beautiful. Can I have these at the back here, please? So we've got a couple here. I'm just going to use all four, right? We've got personal guides. So call in your personal guides, and please don't get it twisted. Crow is one of those at this time. Spirit and angels. You have got the guidance of spirit. Crow, they're with you. As with the other card, like I said to you, the dreamer card, and follow your dreams. You know, this is coming up for you. You've got an angel in the background. Angels, personal guides. Okay, we've got healing. So finish off that bit of healing that you need to work on. That's not to say in 6 years or 2 years or 5 months from now you might need to do more, but you need to instill that level of healing and push through that shadow. And if you're not sure how to do that, go have a Reiki, go have a healing. That could be what you need opposed to a reading, for example. This is a blank canvas. This one is blank. So it's up to you what your next step's going to be. It's really up to you to get all this into fruition. Will determine what the final outcome will be. And Dream Lodge. Now, astral card come up, the astral dreaming card come up. So bear is traditionally the animal associated with the Dream Lodge, but you might need to actually go off and have a guided meditation with your spirit animals. Definitely do one with crow. You might need to pull in your guides, or you might just need to start jotting down your dreams in a book. But in order for you to get all of this happening, the very, very next step from this video forward is completely up to you. It's a blank canvas. If you're not sure which way to turn, ask your friends for help. Wow, this is different than I anticipated. I love it. I love it. So thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. Catch me on Facebook as Sage Circle, the group as well. And I'll be back. Peace out.